In August this year, my family and I went to visit a natural history museum in Dorset. While we were there, I witnessed a man in a dress and a really bad wig walking straight past the unoccupied, gender-neutral bathroom and into the women's toilets. I watched his 6-foot-plus frame disappear through the door, which my 10-year-old daughter had exited minutes before. And this left me with only one question. What do I do now? Maybe I lack courage, but I could not gather the strength to face the potential of grievous bodily harm, and nor could I face the possible deluge of screaming retribution from the man himself or any of his female allies that happened to be there. I also had my children to think about, because confronting him would inevitably put them at risk. The only safe course of action available for me was to find a member of staff and hope that they had some kind of procedure to deal with the situation. For many autistic women like myself, being perceived by others is excruciatingly uncomfortable, especially when you become the focus of unwanted attention. I didn't need to worry, however, because the moment the words, "There is a man in the women's toilets," came out of my mouth, every single person within hearing distance averted their eyes in the opposite direction. The poor receptionist's face went simultaneously pale and scarlet, and after a few moments of torturous silence, she mumbled, "Someone will look into that for you." And then she promptly recovered herself and went back to serving at the desk. I knew in that moment nothing would be done. I had no choice but to walk away. Over the next few hours, while following my family around the exhibits, I saw the man in the dress from time to time. It struck me just how casually unaffected he was by his own behaviour. His seeming serenity was in contrast with the writhing tentacles of black memories and flashbacks that his act had unlocked within me. A man walking into a female space is an act of voyeurism in and of itself, regardless of whether the women and girls are clothed or not. He is, by the very nature of the act, seeing something that is usually concealed from the eyes of other men behind closed doors. And a great many things have been written about how men who pretend to be women, these supposedly vulnerable men, how they feel about being excluded from female spaces. But I wonder if any of those allies or any of those activists or any of those politicians have ever asked the simple question, how do women feel?